to SaturJay RPG, where we're about to start Final Fantasy XIII. Control on, window active, game. There we go. Well, I say there we go. Something is happening. Whether it be something good or something, I do not know, but something certainly be happening. Oh, there we go. Little flicker. And on we go. We have ourselves a Square Enix. And now we have ourselves a... There we go. It is working. It is all working. So arguably I should probably default to the notion that everything will work, but, well, let's be honest. It rarely ever does. Making it far easier to default to the notion that everything is not going to work. So Chapter 13 of Final Fantasy XIII, the cradle will fall, and down will come baby, cradle and all. Let's go. The reason I was hesitating was I was trying to get myself ready. The cavalry soldiers set out on overthrowing Fal'Cie rule now wander the halls of the sanctum as monstrous Seath. Bartendulus never intended for them to reach Orphan. It was merely a ruse to spur the reluctant L'Cie into action. Though the companions refuse to complete their focus, he no longer needs to manipulate their minds. All that remains is to crush any hope they have for their future. When that hope turns to despair, one of them, consumed by anger and regret, will transform into Ragnarok, the beast. An unstoppable incarnation of wrath will slay Orphan, Cocoon will shatter, and the energy released by the deaths of millions will summon the Maker. A new dawn approaches. It is for this day that Bartendulus built Cocoon, tended to its people, and watched over the serpents. Fuck. I was doing so well. Apparently reading it very quickly is better than reading it slowly. But even quickly I made several mistakes, but nonetheless. Over the servants of the Pulse Fal'Cie, he gives one final order to the Fal'Cie Eden. Guide the steps of the cursed L'Cie. Bring them to the one who dreams of death. Bring them to Orphan's cradle. Orphan's cradle, cradle, cradle. Right, so we could follow forward. But there was also a slight challenge back here, and I wanted to check. If memory serves, I wanted to check out that path to the side, specifically to that side. That side can go fuck itself, because that fight was bloody hard work. Now, I'm not going to lie. This fight may end up being bloody hard work, but it depends what is with... Oh, God, yep. Two of them. Two of those sacrifices. We got to deal with them first. Cool. They're a pain in the arsehole, aren't they? They just don't like doing the thing called dying. Let's get some... Well, we've seen in the past where buffs aren't necessarily the world's greatest of ideas, but we've gotten through fights like this before, just slowly and awkwardly. But we can do it again, I'm sure. Well, okay, yeah, the haste is being removed too quickly for it to be any worth, I think. So I think we just need to perhaps muscle. I think it might be muscle through the debuffs until we get rid of the sacrifices, and at that point, if Snow, you could just do... Thank you very much, Snow. Thank you very much, Snow. Right, said Fred. Thank you very much. I don't know, I'm fusing several different songs all together, I think, there. But then again, what's new there? I think forever fusing weird things all together in an unfortunate and inconvenient fashion. Yes, smack them around. That's what we like to see. And then we want to get... Okay, that's not what we wanted to see. Vanille, I need you to keep up with the heals, please. I mean, you are the best at it, so if you could oblige me for healing a little more than currently. So the issue we've got, I think, is... She has been slowed, so we need to dispense of that by popping on... Oh, okay, it was being removed anyway. Never mind. Right, at this point, let's make sure we're still healing at least a little bit. And then, hopefully... Try disaster. That's what we need to do. Really pop that stagger meter. Pop it real good now. Relentless assault to finish it off. Oh dear, what can the matter be? The fusillade is wrecking my laboratory. Whoops, that is not the team I wanted. I wanted diversity. Where should we go? We should go down to diversity. We're on the road to diversity now. We're on the road. We're on the road. We're on the road to diversity. Very stupid song, but there you go. Doesn't matter. Power, bravery. Right, ideally, I mean, that'll do. Like, oh, alright, fine. I was going to cancel it, but it wasn't cancelling. Right, get those two on her, and now get a little bit of faith on Vanille. At this point, we can possibly go into Try Disaster, because we've had the Commando being Snow for a little while, so Try Disaster should have its slow nature at the moment. Probably want to flick into, I don't know, get into a Commando-based one for now. Come on, guys, move. A little bit quicker, a little bit. Guys. Right. Try Disaster. Punch a hole in the stagger meter. Of course, if he launches me into the air, I'm not going to be able to punch that hole in the stagger meter. An inconvenience, sir. Sir, you are an inconvenience, and I do not need you to be such a way. I think we can probably push through on Try Disaster for a little bit longer. We've got quite a little bit of leeway there. That's the ticket. Now we want Relentless Assault once again. Possibly even... We'll take a chance on Relentless Assault for now. Wow. Okay, diversity. Get yourself into diversity. My buffs are running out, which is a nuisance. It is a nuisance. It is a pest. I'm running out of buffs. It didn't rhyme. I know it didn't rhyme. It's fine. It's fine that it didn't rhyme. Because when you highlighted that it didn't rhyme, you made a little rhyme. A little rhyme that was fine in the finest of the rhymes. There we go. Trashed it. But they do take a long old time to beat these monsters now. Just everything just has that little bit too much health bar for sort of your average everyday encounter, which does prove a little frustrating. Is he facing me again? God damn it. That's the other half of the whole affair, is the fact that most of these enemies seem to be facing you nowadays, which means it's devilishly difficult to get your hands on a back attack. And of course we've seen how much effectiveness back attacks can actually provide you. It is immense. Right, let's go to Hero's Charge, because I think there's nothing that can remove, well, I know time will remove all buffs, I'm sure, but much like it will heal all wounds, although I think a medic is much better at healing wounds than time. But nothing obviously... Oh, well, Shelra, interesting decision. I suppose, I'm assuming the Templar uses a fair amount of magic. I'll go with it. I'll go with the flow. I'll let Fang do what Fang does. Okay, now I'm going to have to play the no card for you, Fang, because I don't need the buffs you're providing me. Right. Let's go Relentless Assault for a moment to make sure we've had a Commando, although I think Snow's been doing Commando duty quite nicely. But just in case, I wanted to double check we had the ability. Back up to Relentless Assault. Really should remember the fact that it loops round. You can just press down. Every now and again I do it, but I don't know, for some reason in a list like that, I tend to favour just... I wonder how much we can accomplish with Bully. This time we'll just let you do you, Fang. So we'll probably end up with some Veils, but apart from that, it's fine. Alright, we've gotten that. I think we need diversity, because someone is dying. Oh, someone is dead! Raise, Vanille, if you could. You could fit in a little raise. I'd say you could fit in raise. Just, there you go. So if you just be a little bit quicker about it, that would be appreciated. Still currently nicely buffed. Although obviously Snow isn't, because he's now dead, but it's fine. And get some ravaging going before we have to inevitably, I think, transfer into Solidarity, because, well, otherwise someone was likely to die, and nobody needs that. Oh dear. Hero's Charge keeps the medic whilst also providing some buffs. And get your buffs back on, baby. Good, they are the correct buffs. Thank you, Fang. Get those buffs on. Get those buffs on. Get in the buff. Everybody. Get in the buff. That's right. We need all of the buffs in your life. Everybody requires a certain amount of buffs in their life. The optimal one, the optimal number of buffs, I think, is probably 3. Haste, Braver, and Faithra. And in fairness, even then, you could get away with only one of the 2 of Braver and Faithra, dependent on precisely how your character was rocking. Because I think Fang, I could probably get away with just, despite the fact that I'm clearly using magic right now, but Fang you could probably get away with strength only. Snow benefits from both, I think, to a certain extent. I mean, to some degree, they all benefit from having both buffs. That's why I'm not too fussed about putting both buffs on, but Vanille only really needs Faithra because she does not do physical attacks whatsoever. I don't even think she's got Commando available to her. So she is very much all. Shall we try Fancy High Wind? Fancy High Wind! Yes. We like to see. Finish him with the highest of High Wind. 5-star performance. That's what we like to see. It's a 5-star performance from me. Oh, would you like to see me perform in a 5-star fashion? I reckon he's going to be a prick, isn't he? Come on. Come on, don't be a prick. Oh, there's another one over there, I think, maybe? Yes, there's definitely 2 lurking around here. And if they are 2 of these Velocycle things, precisely which variation they are, what are they called? Aquila! Oh yeah, of course, because we were discussing last week the TV programme of the same name, Aquila. And I looked it up the other day. Not an actual episode, just the sort of Wikipedia page. It's quite fascinating being reminded of the general concept of that programme. It's quite a nice little programme, that one. Right, Hero's Charge, I think. Maybe? I mean, Bully might work just as well, to be honest. In fairness, actually, at this exact point, Bully would work. I mean, that seems unreasonable. Right, I suppose we're going to have to use Renew. But I mean, to a certain extent, I did know they were clearly building to something big. Precisely that big. That I did not know. Oh dear, they're building to that something big again, aren't they? Solidarity, maybe. Just to get a Sentinel up in his place. There we go. I always want you, Snow. I want you in all of my parties. Right, we've got some massive defense boosts now. Braver Faithra, good. Braver Faithra for you, or Faithra Braver attack now. Okay. I can't deny it, it's quite useful, the auto battle doing Faithra first, because the benefit there, as you can see, is I can keep using the auto battle for the sake of. Oh dear, hang on, no, I've gotten confused. I want diversity, ideally. We don't want to lose that. There we go, thank you very much. No! We did not wish to lose the staggerometer. Staggerometer. Come on, we can do more damage than this, surely. Come on, guys. Yes. Build that meter. Build it real good. So I can hopefully high wind him to hell. Although we do need diversity first. Otherwise the other one is going to kill me before I can kill his friend. We don't want that. Not sure if high wind. I think high wind does target the other one. Doesn't target the other one? I don't know. Might be single target. It looks like it does have like a substantial shockwave attached to it, but that doesn't necessarily mean it definitely does. We might be able to just straight up knock it out by staggering it, which is quite beneficial. Stop it doing its shenanigans by staggering the little bugger. That's one benefit of staggering. If it's doing something nasty, you can knock it out of the something nasty. That's one of many benefits of staggering, in fairness. One of many benefits. Come on, guys, we can do this. 2 velicycles are nothing. Nothing to us. No, sorry. No, they are nothing. This is definitely the optimal path to go, though, isn't it? Because these enemies, they're tough, but not so bad as free sacrifices. I think, really, if there's a route that allows you to avoid sacrifices, that's the route you want to take. Now here, we're just going to try and defend against this big nasty. Because boys don't want the big nasty on me. There we go. We should be good to try disaster, in fairness. Might be able to crack it. Crack that stagger open again. Having said that, maybe not so much. Doesn't seem to be wanting to go up as quickly as it did previously. Maybe when it was doing that... Oh, in fact, yeah. While it's doing that cannon thing, it is far more susceptible to stagger. So they are encouraging you to block that big cannon blow move. No, but what we'll do is we'll try and fit in a little high wind. Oh dear, that's not great news. Oh, bam! Treat yourself to a little high wind. Stand up on that ladder and let it loose across the world. You have to go up on a ladder to do the high wind. High wind, high wind. It's jokes for you. Very nearly. Yeah. Right. Well, I do wonder if it would be worthwhile. I suspect this... let's just have a go. Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. I don't really think I'm hard enough. Do we have your information, son? No, we don't. I don't think we did. I think it's because we've tried this in the past and it's not gone well. Yeah, that was the... I didn't want to try disaster at that point in time. It's fine. Centurion blade scans that hopefully we can perhaps... Right, there we go. Whoops, solidarity is not what I wanted, but then again it might be what I need, I don't know for certain. If we can get in there with some... Okay, that's not so bad. There must be a move that wiped me out last time, because I remember trying this and not getting very far, so... At some point I suspect there's going to be like one move that makes me go, ow, that hurt! And there was little I could do to defend myself against it. I mean, that stomp felt a little bit like that, but we shall see. We shall see. With a bit of luck. Electrocute, that might be the real kicker. No, at the moment, not so much. Oh, okay, I don't think that one... No. That one little tap of commando wasn't enough to balance the stagger meter. Now it should be, although having said that, it's still dropping alarmingly fast for the fact that I was using a commando there. But I suppose arguably it does drop faster elsewhere as well, so... Are you forging another blade? Because that would be obnoxious. You don't want to keep having to face off against your blades. I think you may have, or were you just shielding? Maybe you were just shielding? Be useful if you were just shielding. We've got the option of cutting in early if we so choose. No, good. Okay, so really, we probably want to relentless assault, try and do as much damage as possible. Or then again, diversity, because I think we need to sort of balance out. Oh dear, one of them, of course. We need to balance some health here. Oh shit, there's a fucking blade, but I need to focus. I need to focus on the immortal for now, because otherwise I'm going to run out of that stagger meter. We'll do one more round of standard attacks from Fang, and then what we'll try and do... No. Ah shit, I think I've probably fucked it. No, just Just barely. But unfortunately, quite a few people are dead now. Phoenix down for Vanille, I think, is going to be required. And a bit of solidarity, and then possibly still game over. Because I need to change... Oh, yep, no, still game over. Okay. Well, that's just... I mean, that's just stupid. Absolutely stupid. It's like there was a perfect balance point, and then the game just went, oh, you seem to be doing quite well. No. And they just completely fucked me over. Which is always fun. Always love a game that takes it too far and spoils everything by being a piece of shit. Let's try and get Bully going. And then what I might try and do is, it's going to forge a blade no matter what. So we'll try and use a Libra scope to try and cut down the Libra actions that are required. Solidarity, because we need some health, and then focus on the Centurion Blade for now. I think it's better to get rid of these blades than it is to leave them. I think that's where I possibly made a mistake. I should have... The moment that Centurion Blade turned up was the moment I should have focused fire on that. Because left unchecked, those blades just do stupid... Okay. I mean, it shouldn't have, let's be honest. It was one strike from the blade and I had, like, full health bar. So, good. Good. It's going to be one of those battles, isn't it, where if you get unlucky on the exact moves this fucker does, you get screwed over. Which is glorious to behold. You always gotta love that sort of utter hogwash in a game where they just decide, no, Bully might be better because it's at least doing something with Vanille, because otherwise I'm doing very little with Vanille. I don't actually need the medic at that exact point in time. Let's go back to the medic now, though, because we are getting damaged now. Protectora. Protectora. Everybody protect the Sun God. Made that joke last. Well, I've only got a few, so they always come back around. Over for snow. We could hurry up with... Oh, what in the shit game? Full health bar again. See, I swear to God, it just gets bored. It just gets bored of you trying and goes, no, game over. It doesn't even try to mask this idea that might... I'm going to have to use solidarity, aren't I? Like, permanently. Because it targets Fang too early otherwise. Absolute arse of a fucking fight. Doesn't help the fact that I went to the wrong bloody paradigm. Oh, God, I suppose it's another one of those fights where they expect you to change your entire strategy based on nothing more than being a pointless waste of fucking space. I suppose I need to ideally do bloody Libra scope, because otherwise I'm not going to have that available. Solidarity, maybe. I don't know now. I don't really know how to beat this, and I think it's gonna start irritating me very quickly, because it's just, come on. There's nothing more than being able to slice and dice people with my standard attacks. Yeah, so when they start going, oh, but this guy, he does shitloads of damage in one fell swoop. It's like, you can't do anything about that. If he does enough damage to wipe out a health bar in one shot, there's no good way around that. Which just makes it silly, really. His solidarity seems to be working out relatively well, but the big issue, of course, is he's just going to summon another one of these bloody blades, and we're going to find ourselves in exactly the same situation. But maybe, I don't know, maybe I found the secret. The moment a blade turns up, I have to go solidarity, because otherwise, although the fact that I've done nothing to the main dude, and he's already summoning another fucking blade, kinda tells you a lot about the issues we're going to be having here, isn't it? Did you actually get the blade? Yes, you did. Okay, so solidarity. Back to solidarity. Back to slowly slicing his sword. Come on, Fang, don't miss. That's the one thing I really need. Unless electrocute. Is electrocute the one that's killing me off completely? No. Well, I think it sort of is. I think it seems to be the combination of the sword and electrocute that's the one that insta-kills me. So we'll just have to hope that by defeating the sword quickly enough, I can block his ability to do that little combo. Unfortunately, what I've just found, of course, is I've gone through all the effort of killing the sword and all my fucking buffs have worn off. So I either go, okay, let's focus on some more buffs and lose the ability to do some damage to this guy, or I give in and just damage him. I think I'm going to have to give in and just damage him, but also mix that with the fact that, of course, let's try and get some buffs in while he's summoning the blade, because of course we're going to have to solidarity the blade away again. Hopefully we can just get at least the hastes in, if you don't mind, game. I think I got 2. No, I did get all 3. Good. Alright, let's try and trash this blade before it ends the game for me again. If you could hurry up. I mean, in fairness, you are fully hasted, so you would expect them to hurry up. But not always a guarantee. I mean, the star value of this is going to be horrendous, and I don't even know if the reward is going to be worthwhile. I get the impression the reward is going to be just dismal as well. No matter, I think no matter what they put in a treasure chest, it's going to be like, yep, was not worth it. Which is annoying, to say the least, but I suppose at least it'll be done. You never know, it might be an enemy that doesn't respawn, although that might be wishful thinking, I fear. As is so often the way, I like to try and conduct a little bit of wishful thinking. Let's head into there and start... Yeah, of course, while I've been distracted dealing with the forge blade, the stagger meter I worked on naturally has vanished. The combination they've got here is kind of obnoxious and starting to bore me slightly. Oh god, could you stop forging the blade? I wonder if I push on and push through, I might be able to block this. Of course, if I don't block it... No, I did, good. I'm slightly concerned, because if I hadn't blocked it, I would have had to have... It would have been staggered, but having to face off against the blade was inconvenient, to say the least. I think we've managed to crack it. Solidarity on the blade was clearly the correct choice. But it's still slightly annoying that you... Oh, 1 star, of course. Why would I have ever expected anything more than 1 star? Right, is this something special, or is this like nothing? I feel like this is nothing. Oh, it's a warp. Warp to the upper level. Do I really want to go to the upper level? Is there a point in going to the upper level, or have I just made a rod for my own back by making it even harder? Or is that... I don't know if this is a thing. Is this like... This isn't the way I was supposed to be going, is it? Although, having said that, the little exclamation mark suggests it might be. Well, I suppose we'll crack on. Oh, weirding glyph. What is a weirding glyph? I think it looked like it was equipment. Yeah. Weirding. Oh, increases magic by 150. Well, I don't use him much anymore, but the man with the magic is Monsieur Zers, who has himself now a weirding glyph. It is the glyph of many weirdnesses. Right, we might as well pop round here and check these little treasure chests. Unless, of course, it was literally just for these treasure chests, which I suppose arguably the weirding glyph and an adamant bangle. I suspect you might want an adamant bangle, yeah, because the diamond is 500. The adamant is 800, so a little bit more health for Fang. And I take it you were rocking, yeah, you were rocking a diamond bangle anyway. Nobody else was rocking a bangle, were they? Royal armlet? No, that's fine. Oh, the Shaman's Mark we could have upgraded fucking years ago, I think, in fairness. But never mind. We don't... 20-sided die? Interesting. Very rarely nullifies damage of any given type. Didn't realise we had one. I don't remember finding one of those previously, but yeah, doesn't matter too much. I'm assuming these are probably heading towards being in order. So we should find... There we go, rune bracelet. No, it's not rune bracelets. Here we go, sorcerer's mark. Yeah, that's what we're going to want. The sorcerer's mark instead of the other one. That's fine. Warrior's wristband. I do feel like by this point in time I possibly should have had a better variant of that. 50? No, that's fair enough. And away we go. Warp to the lower level again. So yeah, I think it was just those two treasure chests, which, as I say, the level of annoyance that battle put forth probably... Oh, hello, no, there's more treasure chests. Interesting, I'll take them. So 4 treasure chests, okay, you start... Depending on what these 2 items are, you might start a scarletite. Okay, well I think I've got loads of scarletite and I haven't been able to use it, so that's not necessarily going to op my elixir, elixir, she licks him, and they all lick each other together. Walk back to your original location, yeah, there you go. So 4 treasure chests, maybe 50% decent items rating. Not 100% convinced that was worthwhile, but with the stress of that big monster, I'm not convinced. But oh, and we got to go through the Villa circles again. I had a nasty feeling everything had respawned, but we might... Oh, I might... No, right, we're going through them. They've turned up. I was considering the idea of just popping to the side of them and not winding up quite so affected by what they were up to, but a little bit of luck. Try disaster. We can hopefully skip that meter up a little bit more. Okay, especially now he's plasma cannoning, although having said that, both of them are plasma cannoning, so we might just lose immediately again. Nope, we've blocked one. Okay. Solidarity might not go on this, although it does... It forces them to attack Snow and allows Vanille to just medic her way to glory. But we do want to try and dish out as much damage as possible against the Aquila Velacycle, which is going to be apparently easier said than done, because they don't want to take damage, it would seem. Which is concerning, considering the fact that they are supposed to be staggered. They are not playing fair with the damage values here, it feels. We'll high wind it and hope for the best. Oh, there we go. Okay, high wind was sufficient. Sufficient. If you do that plasma cannon again, we will try disaster and hopefully we can overwhelm the staggerometer. That's what we were after. And now basically the same plan as the other one featured, which is whack it in the jacket as hard as you can, and then finally try and polish it off with a high wind. We shall see if it works a second time or whether lightning struck the first occasion and we got lucky. But there we go. Let the meter drop a little bit more. We can probably afford at least those 2 attacks. And now abilities high wind. So we have to factor in recharging the ATB gauge, of course. Bam! Yeah, I'm not going to lie, that high wind is proving quite useful. Against these lesser forces, at least. Against the larger, chunkier boss creatures, I don't necessarily think it's going to be quite as effective a strategy, but... Oh, he's just straight up looking at me. Fine. Not exactly what I wanted to see. Let's go Hero's Charge, because he's about to do a little bit of damage to me. Immediately, because that's what they like to do. They zoom on in and immediately damage. Unfortunately, really, Commando Snow is kind of facing the wrong target. And unfortunately, unless there is an option, but I don't think there's a way of me changing his target now that I've ended up doing buffs. Which is unfortunate. Oh, I see. You've got Dispel. Oh, fuck. Okay, well, that's just a nuisance, isn't it, really? Right, let's... Because in order to change target, I have to physically target something, and because I'm targeting my allies with synergist buffs, it's very much a case of... I don't know what that move was, but it looked nasty, and I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it at all, sir. It seemed to spring across and has debuffed me quite tastily, and I don't want that. I don't like it. I don't need it. And I disagree with it intently. Apart from that, let's try and just overwhelm once more. Overwhelming strategies. Just try and force them to death. Force them into a situation where they're gonna die. Die, die, die. How do you like me? When I kill you, you're not gonna like me. Die, die, die. Do, 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 do. High wind! Yes. You will face swift, windy justice, as opposed to facing off against Windy Miller, who you would not be able to face off against. You could never defeat Windy Miller. Now, vanille, 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 vanille. Use the raise. Use raise. Use raise. Use raise. Good girl. Very pleased to see that you obeyed me. That is useful indeed. I need you to do as you're told, cause then that is optimal for the situation at hand. Now we need to try and keep Snow alive so you don't have to do it again. But it's proving surprisingly difficult to keep Snow alive. Try and get a little try disaster. And come on, that's it. When you get all three of them pumping spells into this creature, those stagger meters, ow, fine. We'll have to go to Versity. It's not going to be too bad because it will allow me to get a few more commando attacks in there as well. But yeah, when you get all three of them launching spells exactly the same time, you can really see that meter rise up. Something drastic. Beautiful to behold. I think Double Ravager should be sufficient on this occasion. Because once those two start trashing it, and I'll be ready. I'll be ready and raring to go as a commando when he does actually get staggered, and we can start really laying into him. There we go. Launch is exactly what we needed. Unfortunately, it took me so long to actually launch the little shit. There we go. That's better. We actually got some attacks in this time. We're going to run the standard high wind strategy. Would you please hit, please? Fang. Remember when we were discussing about the occasions where you've been missing? Yeah, I need you to stop doing that. Please. Try and do a little high wind. Whoosh boof. Wow, that was legitimately disappointing. See, this is some enemies. That high wind feels devastating, but something like this, it was just like, yep, I don't think he felt that. I don't think he felt that at all. There's like literally nothing. I don't think the health bar even moved, did it? Now we're back in a predicament where it may still beat me, which would be alarming. Yeah, it's got such a high strength value to it. Whenever it does those big blasts, you just watch your health bars shred. It's like, must you do that? And the answer, to be honest, the answer is no. No, it doesn't have to do that. They could give it a reasonable strength value that doesn't just shred your health bar in split seconds. I know, it's weird. The merest notion of playing fair with the damage values is very strange. Very strange indeed, but you know, it is a viable option. Absolutely viable option. Unfortunately, they don't seem to believe that in the games industry. It has to be super high-end damage values at all times. Nobody lives. Nobody survives. I really ought to be in Relentless Assault. I shall relentlessly salt the earth and burn your world down. So that was on... Oh no, that was the big fellow and the little fellow. Yeah, that's good. I was going to say I was slightly alarmed. Oh, of course, we do still have the sacrifices and the big fella. Can we... Ooh! That is a legit back attack. Yes, it is. That is going to help something drastic. I think we still need to focus on the sacrifices, but hopefully at least one of these sacrifices is going to go down relatively tolerably. Fang, where? Oh, there you are. You seem to just disappear off into the background, and you were doing very little at that point in time. I don't appreciate my player characters doing very little. I'm not quite going to be able to beat it, am I? I'll try a high wind, see if that... Well, I've been slowed, so high wind is probably not my best idea, but it is still technically going to work. But at this point, I think we need diversity back. We may even have left it too late. No, not too bad. Right, get rid of the... Ideally, get rid of the slow, because that's... I mean... I do consider a lot of status ailments in this game to be fairly, you know, insignificant, but slow, I can't deny. Against these things, the problem, yeah, it's simply against these things. When you get to go against some of the lesser enemies, it's like, whatever, doesn't matter. But against these bloody things, it really matters. Every single thing that happens matters in this one. Because every time, just don't. Fuck for that. Although we are still. Oh, it is now staggered. Well, that's something, I suppose. Not a lot, but it's something. Come on. We need you to die again. Please do die now again. There we go. Unfortunately, this does equate to the fact that really what we've done. In 50 minutes, we've gone backwards on ourselves, and then we've gone to the starting point. So it's not the best of use of 50 minutes of your time, is it? There you go. Come on, haste, please. Come on, Fang. Get your finger out. Get your finger out and do as you're told, please. Yes, indeed. Oh, he do a little dance, he do a little dance, he do a little jiggly dance, he do a little dance and he jiggly, he do a little dance and he jiggly. Don't know why he was hopping up and down there. He was perhaps hopping mad because I'm beating him so badly. Which is not really true because I'm not beating him that badly at the moment. I am, in fact, losing-ish. Not traditional sense of the word losing because I've not actually lost that much, although having said that, we are now back to diversity. Every time you think you're getting somewhere, it blows the shit out of your health bar. And then you have to be a medic for a while. And unfortunately that means you are slightly scuppered. And you don't want to be slightly scuppered, do you? No, sir. No, you don't want to be. You don't want to be scuppered by the Megrim Fresher. Because when he scuppers you, he really does it very efficiently because he's a mighty big Fresher boy. He is a mighty Fresher monster with his mighty Fresher ways. And if he catches you, then you will be turned into haze, because I think that's what freshing does. Well, I suppose freshing, I don't know. Or at least I'm not 100% sure. But I think the freshing machine is a farming tool. I've got a feeling it is something to do with hay. But we might be wrong. I don't, despite doing this voice quite often, I don't really know what how do farm. I don't know. I really don't know if it's going to be worthwhile trying high wind again. It just doesn't feel like it's going to be worthwhile, but I'm a glutton for punishment. Glutton for disappointment, I suppose. Hey, that time it seemed to actually do a chunk of change. Which does suggest that last time she may have missed, which, considering her bloody track record, actually doesn't surprise me as much as I would like it to have. It's one of those ones where it's like, I really wish that had surprised me, the notion that she might have missed Highwind. Because you would have thought that the ultimate use all of your AP manoeuvre wouldn't miss. But, you know, they don't like to be a shit about it, you know? They enjoy seeing you and they enjoy going, ha ha ha, I'm going to be a shit about it. I'm going to be a shit about this and there is not a damn thing you can do about it. Let's try and build up some bonus. Some bonus. I mean, that's always a useful thing if you can build that up while you're trying to build your bonus. That's inevitably. Oh, particle accelerators. Yes, please. Good lord. What? How high does this bloody thing go? I don't know, but it's still going. Still going. Level 37. We are still rising up. Is that going to give me extra, or is that going to use it? No, there you go, 300%, or times 3, I suppose. Maybe the crystal prop. God damn it, it's still going. Tesla turbine, paraffin oil. I mean, paraffin oil, I feel like, is one of the sort of big chunky ones. 40! It's still good. Maybe this one doesn't actually evolve. Maybe that's something I'm going to have to accept. That maybe this one doesn't have a star value, and it is just going to keep going up and up and up and up. Have we finally got the rock for him? No, we have not. Okay, cool. I mean, a bit unfair game, but a bit unfair, but fine if you insist. We'll try and do at least a little bit of snow so that he can get somewhere. Spark plugs, were they? No. Analog circuits? No. They're just normal stuff that's of no real significance. Tesla turbine, I think, is going to be the... I'm just sort of chucking things in, but not going to get anywhere without more sort of particle accelerators and stuff. But I suppose, I mean, Fang's weapon should be even stronger than ever before. I've kind of forced myself, whether I want to or not, and in fairness I do want to, but I have basically forced myself into using Fang pretty much forevermore now, because her weapon is so vastly higher than anybody else's weapon that I am gonna, have to use her. Oh, what's this thing? I don't think I thought this was a repeat of another boss we've previously encountered, but no, I don't. I mean, I certainly don't recognise it. The Vladislaus. The Vladislaus about the house. So it is our job to remove it. Bully. Get a little bit of bully on here. Get a bit of Oh, okay, no, Hero's Charge after all. Go, Hero Snow. I quite like the fact that it's called Hero's Charge and it happens to be that Snow is the commando and therefore he is the hero. I like the way that has worked out. What I don't like is the fact that that thing just wiped out a fairly chunky amount of my health bar. No, we should be alright. Synergist and Bully. Synergist and Sabotage. Sabotage by the Beastie Boys. Everybody get your sabotage on. Everybody enjoy sabotage. I don't know how that song goes, so it's not like I could actually do you a fair go. Mounting Contempt. I don't think we want Mounting Contempt because I think that's going to kill. No, it did not. That is more luck than judgment, but I will take some more luck than judgments. I'm happy with more luck than judgment, truth be told. If luck will see you through the day, I will take that luck. Let's try Disaster. Although having said that, I think this is not a crush it with stagger meter. This appears to be distinctly a just smash the shit out of it because it's weak to everything. I'm assuming it's That's why it's probably whipping my... Oh, do I dare? Do I dare? Do I dare? I think I can win. Yeah, there you go. I didn't want to waste a... I didn't want to waste the TP, nor did I want to waste an actual Phoenix down. Because as much as I've got a load of gold dust and gold bricks and whatever else stashed away in the inventory, but sometimes I just don't want to bother. I don't like using items. I don't like items, I don't like strategy. Why do you play turn-based RPGs then? Ah, fuck off. It's a good question. It's a good question. I do often find myself asking questions like that. Deep questions of, why do you do the things you do? I think deep down it's simply because I hate myself and want to see myself suffer at all times, which is what fuels every choice I have ever made. Because then, you know, it allows me to force suffering upon myself. Alright, let's have a drinky. And track down more of these pricks. I say more. I think it's the same ones. Well, that's an ominous looking beastie that we are now locked in a fight with, I'm assuming. Oh, what are they? Oh no, it's just you again. No, you fucking off again. Bye. I think they're basically just sort of double bossing me here, aren't they? Or oh no, maybe. Are you a boss, sir? Sir, hello, good sir. Are you a boss, sir? I think you might be a boss, but I think you want me to go up the stairs, don't you? Fair enough. I say stairs, very flat stairs, but slopes traditionally we call those. Really? I don't know. What really? Is there something nasty this way, Carmen? Because I can't see there's something nasty. So you're saying really to nothing. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. I see. I see. I see. I see. That big nasty boy. He's now just a regular enemy. That's good. Probably easiest to wipe out the Spearman, the Sanctum Templar. Mr. Spearman! I would like to say it was a pleasure to see you again, but it is not. It is a horrible annoyance to see you. Vanille, you really need to get going, love. Get in there. And now let's get some ravaging to try and build that stagger meter, diversity. Ah, darn it. Can you, Vanille. Don't miss, Fang, don't miss. Come on, there you go, good Vanille. I'm glad I rely on you so heavily, because you are so reliable. You are the most reliable of the bulls. And I appreciate you being that way. Yes, you thought you could do a little fancy little attack, didn't you, sir? Well, I said no by tossing you in the air. Oh god damn it, Vanille. Okay, that's going to be a problem, but we need to deal with this issue first. Good, okay. I mean, there's not really anything else I can do apart from renew to get Vanille back. Well, I could use what's-its, but I don't want to. I don't want to use my items. Come on, Vanille. We really do rather need you. Heroes charge for a little bit. Try and buff myself up. Get those hastes going. I think haste is probably... Protector, it was one of your instincts as well, wasn't it? And I think that's going to perhaps be a worthwhile decision. Although, having said that, Snow might die long before I get him buffed up. Alright, well that hopefully, with his own natural defensiveness, admittedly he's not a sentinel at the moment, so he's not technically expected to be all that defensive at the moment, but Shelra, don't fully agree with Shelra. So I think at this point I will assume direct control and get Bravery and Faith on Fang in order to, hopefully, decimate its health bar very swiftly. Decimate its health bar very swiftly. Well, that's annoying. Could you stop insta-killing my people, please? I don't think I'm going to last long enough without Vanille. It's just got too much health bar left. Okay, 2 favours game. Stop killing Vanille and stop having Fang miss her attacks. This is where I'm beginning to suspect that maybe I should not be using Fang. It does feel like maybe... Oh, god damn it. He's aimed at me, which means I'm going to have to do some... Oh, there we go. He killed me. Oh, for fuck's sake, game. Oh, you know you're in the end game when the game just goes, no. Let's continue. We don't want you to win. We're going to be pricks about it. Wonder if it's going to be easier to try and wipe out the Vindislaus first. But I mean, he's got so much health, and there's no real stagger. There's definitely not going to be a stagger against him, which means all that's going to happen is I'm going to be trying to trash him for an extended period of time, allowing the other guy to sneak around the back and start just being a dick about that. I think I don't know, solidarity maybe, but I mean, death might be an option as well, it seems. Vanille, if you could hurry up, especially since he should take most of the damage now, so I got slightly unlucky. He hadn't quite provoked it before it started its attack. Oh god, it's going to take years to defeat this creature, isn't it? I suppose it's because I haven't really got a proper... Tri-Disaster might actually work well against him, despite the fact that I can't do much to his stagger meter, because it's 999%. Oh, Snow! Oh, this Vladislaus. I mean, they've just made it a pain, because every attack seems to be most, if not the entirety of a person's health bar. I forgot I'm not using Vanille as a medic right now. Good. Good. Very pleased at discovering that stupid thing I did. I was convinced. I had Vanille in medic. I suppose it's because I keep normally using Vanille as a medic. But oh god, please game, stop with the annoyance factor. Does he halve? Oh, I see. He might have a weakness to it all, but he actually halves all magic, so magic is not necessarily the solution I thought it was. That's the problem. You have to read all of the information, don't you? I just pick and choose the bits that I can be bothered to read. But that's because I'm currently stuck in a fucking fight that I can't win. Oh, must you? Don't be a prick. Oh, God. Like, every one of these enemies is just... They are really vying for top prick position here, aren't they? Look at me, I can insta-kill you with death. Oh, well, I can debuff every single member of the party at once. Oh, yeah, well, guess what? I have a super high attack strength and a ridiculous amount of health and no capacity to be staggered. Vladislaus definitely wins the Prick Olympics. Which is annoying, because I could do with him dying, please. Thank you. Finally we can be less irritable. Although at this point, let me guess, the Sanctum Templar's probably going to pull a mighty piece of shite out of his backside. And lo and behold, he will suddenly end me. I'm hoping that's not true, but it wouldn't surprise me at this point in time. He'll probably do that bloody charging mana drive shit again that he so loves. Because I think it's that debuffed everybody. Just bounced between the entire party, debuffing all and sundry. And precisely why Sundry is here, I do not know. Sundry is not supposed to be until the 14th game. I don't know. It was supposed to be funny, it wasn't really, was it? Oh, there you go. Never mind. It's never funny, is it? There's never a funny thing to be had round here. It's all just a loser playing games by himself, saying things about his shelves. That's right. He talks in the theme to Spider-Man, because I've been playing a lot of Spider-Man recently. Too much Spider-Man, probably, but fuck it. bugger all else of worth to do, so I might as well just try and be very good at Spider-Man. And by very good at Spider-Man, I mean tolerable at Spider-Man. And swiftly becoming irritable at Spider-Man, because they've done that old chestnut, that old trick they like to pull on all games, which is, hey, we've designed a really good battle system. We'll add a little bit of difficulty here. Oh, fair enough. We'll add a little bit more here. Oh, alright, fine. We'll add a bit more awkwardness. We're not keen on awkwardness, but it's livable awkwardness. Well, we're going to add a bit more awkwardness. And now we're just going to maximise it to the to no end and just throw everything, the most awkward of enemies, all at you all at once. And at that point, it's like, must you game? And the answer, genuinely, is no, they don't have to. So you got to assume I'm going to fight that big boy at some point, but clearly he's just chilling out at the moment. Maybe I've got to defeat all his friends first. I wondered if that energy barrier was actually heading towards his friends, but I don't think it is. Right, now we can see a man. Well, we can see two enemies on the screen. What are they? Oh, big. Oh, one of them. Right. Oh, in fairness, it is just that boss. That boss partnership again. Okay, it's fine. I suppose. Maybe. I mean, it's not that fine, because this is now the third or fourth time I have faced off against these things, which was a little bit silly. It's feeling inside. Try disaster. Let's overwhelm that stagger meter. Because arguably these are now just normal enemies, despite the fact that they started as a boss. They are literally just, it's normal enemies now. A mucosphere. Can we block that mucosphere? Just because it's disgusting. I don't know what it does. I just don't really want to have to deal with it in any fashion. Right, hopefully just a little bit of extra medic to be absolutely certain. Breath of the Beast. Well, that's annoying and awkward. Well, he's staggered and yet still seemingly immune to physical damage. That seems unfair. And I suppose that's where... In fact, was he always immune to physical damage? I'm fairly certain he wasn't. Have they just opt? Have they just... Oh, I think they're... Oh, yeah, they're doing... Okay. Good. Yeah, no, good. I think they're making it even more awkward than it originally was. And let's be honest, it was originally too awkward. Oh, this game doesn't want victory to be had, which is quite obnoxious. It's like you get to the final dungeon and it just goes, no. And it's like, oh, I see. Is there any kind of alternative to no? And the answer to that is no. There is no alternative to no. There will never be an alternative to no. You must suffer because this game doesn't like you. And I don't like you either. Star Wars reference. Oh, God. See, I'd be fine if one of them could heal the other one. Because if one of them could heal the other one, that's doable. That is where I can focus in on the one doing the healing and defeat that one first. These two, they're healing each other. So where's my option, game? And it's not taking damage. I think we had this problem last time. And I do feel slightly like High Wind was the solution to the problem last time. But I'm just not convinced it's going to work out this time, especially because I'm not going to be able to fit it in, I don't think, because I've ended up getting distracted. No, there we go, okay. And yes, okay, apparently High Wind was the solution this time as well. But it seems weird that High Wind seems to be the only solution, especially since I'm assuming... oh, okay. Oh no, the information is at the top. Release a catastrophic blast. Damage varies. Interesting. I didn't mean to do it again. I want to go back to auto battle for this. Thank you. But it's strange. It must define itself dependent on what its weaknesses are, perhaps, or define its, at the very least, define itself with what its strengths are. Because otherwise, if it's just physical damage, it wouldn't work, obviously. Because this thing was immune to physical. Its friend was immune to physical. This thing, not so much. This the one I think is only physical is the only thing you've got available. But we'll try and rock the same solution as last time, which is just to get it down to the low end of its staggerometer and try and build that chain gauge, because I'm not entirely sure which one is the one that's affecting high wind, but I think the fact that the number goes up makes me think it's the number that is the key to high wind's power. Let us high wind! Bang! And the dirtbag is not quite gone, but he's quite close. So we should just be able to polish off that tiny little bit of extra health. There we go. So must remember, the key solution against big bastards is high wind. Which is amazing, because if you are a big bastard, you probably do have high wind. But that's probably because you've eaten too much. Is there a cheeky little... I don't think there's a cheeky little treasure chest, but I think there's a cheeky little enemy. Which I'm hoping beyond hope, that the reason why there's a cheeky little enemy down here is that there's a cheeky little treasure chest. I think that hope is going to be dismissed. Yeah, I think I'm straight up just wasting my time doing this guy, but never mind. Bully, try and get him in the debuffs. Try and protect myself from his stupidity. His stupidity. He attacks with stupidity. Shit, I need Hero's Charge, because otherwise Vanille, of course, is going to die again. In fact, Solidarity might be the better option for now, while we try and get Vanille back into a higher level of decency. Carry on trying to strike it. Now Hero's Charge once again to try and continue those buffs that I desire. Protect Rise. I mean, it's not the worst of decisions, but it's also not the best of decisions, it feels like. Okay, there we go. Now, hopefully this is the... No, this is Shelra, which... That I'm definitely not 100% sold on, because I've not seen it using any magic spells, but... We'll let the auto battle do what the auto battle does. Unfortunately, we've now ended up losing... We're losing buffs quicker than we can kill them. Man. I think this is the problem with Fang as a synergist. She just hasn't quite mastered the capacity to sort of apply them and have them last a long time, but maybe it's just my imagination. Maybe they're lasting about as long as Zaz is. But I can't say with any real certainty. Diversity, keep up the healing whilst doing a little bit of extra damage, I think. That's the general plan, anyway. Try Disaster. Well, I haven't. We've established the fact that he halves the magical damage, so Try Disaster perhaps isn't necessarily the best of ideas. I can't imagine. I mean, I'm going to try it, but I can't imagine High Wind is going to be a solution against this thing as well. But you never know. No, it really felt like it did very little there. Very little at all. Because I think High Wind is at its best when you've actually broken and staggered the enemy. And if you've not managed to stagger the enemy, because the enemy is pretty much... I mean, it's not completely undoable, I don't think, at 999, but... I mean, they're definitely stacking it in favour of it not being staggered. The fact that it's using Mounting Contempt makes me think I probably best avoid changing from Sentinel for now. Right, now it's just done an attack. We should be able to get at least a little bit of Relentless Assault in there to try and max our damage. But then again... Okay, you did. Oh no, you didn't actually kill. Or did you revive him immediately? He may have just been revived immediately. Sometimes it is difficult to tell. Mounting Contempt. My contempt for you is mounting, sir. I wish you were dead, you little multi-tentacle, maybe tentacle bastard. Whether he's got many tentacles or many something else's, it doesn't really make too much difference. Fact remains, bastard, maximum bastard. Yeah, no, that was just a pointless fight. Cool, thanks, game. You remember we had this discussion where if you have an enemy off the beaten path, what you do is you have that enemy provide some kind of treasure chest after you've defeated it. As I say, I do feel fairly confident that we did have these words previously, game. But that's fair enough. I suppose you perhaps need a little bit of extra time to really sort of try and knuckle down and really think about your actions and choices. What I'm trying to do, ideally, is overwhelm. I like that word. That's why I keep using it. Overwhelm at least one of these before having to do too much else. Which I'm hoping, with this, we should be able to do a fair amount of damage. And if we use the high wind strategy, by just letting it build that chain gauge, then launching out the high wind. Might get away with launching high wind now. I may be acting too swiftly though. Yeah, I acted too swiftly. I should have perhaps given it a bit longer, but never mind. It is practically dead now, which is what I wanted to see. Now we want to get a little bit of commando on him, and now we go back to the plan we used against the first one, which is basically try disaster, overwhelm the stagger meter, then trash his body with our blades. A little bit of diversity, try and build our health bars back up again, and basically exactly the same as we did the first time. We shall work on him with our bladed weapons, and then we'll launch our high wind. Although we may struggle to launch our high wind if that bloody mana drive kicks in earlier than desirable. Yep, okay, there we go, that's going to be a problem. You've just caused me problems, sir. What we really need is Vanille to actually get back to actually being functional, please, Vanille. If you wouldn't mind. Dear. If we could get rid of the stop, please. Could the stop go away now, please? That seems to be lasting an obscene length of time. An obscene length of time. Please go away. Stop doesn't usually last this long. Is that permanently stopped? Because it's feeling permanently stopped. Am I completely fucked on this one? Because it's feeling like I'm completely fucked on this one. Because she's not activating again, is she? Please, Vanille. Do I really have to... oh, god damn you, game. Why do you have to be this way? I don't know. You're being a dick. I don't have... Yeah, I don't have the... Yeah, I'm fucked, don't I? I'm fucked. Good. Good. Thank you, game. Oh, finally, she's back up. Well, I'm going to have to renew Snow, because otherwise we stand no chance. Absolute wank. 110% wank. That one. Since when has stop ever lasted that long? Garbage. Come on, should be able to deal with it swiftly now. In fairness, I think the high wind strategy should be able to play out and kill it from this point. Hey-ya! That's what we like to see. We like to see a substantial amount of high wind. High wind in the morning, perovskite! We won't do the joke again. You know the joke by now. And usually it's poorly executed, so it's fine. Do a little save, do a little save, do a little save. We'll check out this next bit, but I'm not gonna lie, I might put it away early today. It's grinding me down somewhat. owing to this. It just not. It's not yielding. It's like it's allowed you to get so far, and then it's gone. No, no, no. You're not getting further. No. Is that? Oh God! Really? The bloody Proudclad, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Spiritual Proudclad we're going against now. Although it's, well, it clearly the Proudclad-esque, but it's Tiamat Eliminator. Good. I know. It sounds like you're enjoying it. I know. It does, doesn't it? It really sounds like I'm enjoying it. It really is just this sort of annoying kind of... You get to this end point and the developers really just don't want you progressing any further. So they throw everything and anything at you. Welcome, Octopenguisi. Hello to you. Welcome. We're getting irritable at Final Fantasy XIII. How are you this afternoon? Hopefully better than I am, whilst getting irritated at Final Fantasy XIII. But you're more than welcome to sit here and enjoy. But as I say, unfortunately, it's mostly just grumbling at the moment. Me grumbling about the game being just trying to grind your gears and desperately wanting you to not succeed. Could you? Where'd my haste go? Are you debuffing me? Oh yes, you are. The ice grenades are debuffing me. What a dick! What a dickhead! What a dickhead! Have I played Dark Souls? I have played Dark Souls. I'm not good at Dark Souls, so Dark Souls frustrates me no end. And unfortunately, I have the patience to bypass Final Fantasy's annoyance. I unfortunately do not have the patience to bypass Dark Souls' irritation volume, because it just it's basically everything about Dark Souls just raises the annoyance levels no end. Because unfortunately it's sort of like oh hello, harpoon cannon fire. You, sir, have just harpooned your way to a new follow of a streamer. It's a 50-50 chance that that's going to be a high-quality professional greeting and a low-quality shitty greeting. But I'm glad. I'm very pleased I made you laugh in 5 seconds. It's surprising, considering most of what I'm doing at the moment is grumble, grumble, grumble. But we shall see if we can do something more. This thing's not dying, is it? I'm really not wanting to die. It feels like I've been here for at least half hour. I know that's not true, but it definitely feels like it. It feels like I've been just battling this thing in eternity. Ad infinitum battleless, which is definitely not actual Latin. Right, anyway, we've started getting somewhere now. Now we've staggered it, we might actually get somewhere here. So come along. Come along, sir. Come along, sir. Come along, sir. Usual high wind strategy, I think. We'll try and trash it as swiftly as possible whilst the stagger meter is dropping, and just prior to the stagger meter dropping, we shall hopefully try and deal a nice chunk of change with my high wind. Come along. Hopefully, if we can just get those 5 attacks in. I might have left it too late. I might have left it too late. Yeah, I've definitely left it too late. Bollocks. Well, we're using high wind anyway now. Just to spite the game, really. You denied me my high wind. Well, fuck you. I'm going to do it anyway. I say it denied me my high wind. It was my own timing and stupidity, but that's not something we're allowed to admit as video gamers. It's always, and I cannot emphasise this enough, it is always the game's fault. There is never any fault at the player's hands. It is always the video game's issues that deny us our victories. Come on, strike me. There we go. I am in the final dungeon. We are in the Orphan's Cradle, and we are facing off against basically a massive boss rush of endless pain and suffering beyond comparison. Okay, really need to get rid of the slow at the very least. Haste is not proving a particularly beneficial strategy at the moment, because every time I put haste on, of course, it takes haste off. I think we're going to have to assume direct control of Fang, because otherwise we are never going to get the buffs we want onto the people we want them on. I really must try and remember to put Braverer first, but oh well. Treat yourself, Vanille, you get a Braverer. Be brave, Vanille. Although you only deserve a Braverer if you've actually been putting debuffs on it. Okay, you seem to have failed. You seem to have failed to take off its buffs, whilst also failing to put on debuffs. Now, I cannot describe to you, Vanille, how disappointed I am in you. The only way you're going to be able to redeem yourself is to keep us all alive. Which, in fairness, is precisely why I brought you to the party. But, yeah, this ice grenade thing. I mean, stop it? Is that an option? Just stop it? Stop the ice grenades? Well, we certainly stopped the ice grenades for now, but they definitely were slightly tiresome. Because they are basically just... Well, I mean, I suppose they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do, aren't they? They're slowing me down and hindering my ability to win. Which is what the game wants. Under no circumstances are you allowed to win. We will put up enough roadblocks to stop a tank getting through. That is how much we do not want you to win. I think on this occasion we will not take the chance. We will just get the high wind in early. We do want diversity back. Good, that was a... I mean... Numerically, it looked quite good. Because it was 99,999 damage. Physically, seeing its health bar, it was disappointing. Because it really didn't seem to do much in the way of an actual punch to its health bar. But nonetheless, it is very much a sort of... It did do what I wanted it to do, it just didn't necessarily do it well. I can't deny it. Yeah, okay, Hero's Charge is definitely going to be the one, because we do not want to risk our health bars. And Cinder's Sabotage doesn't seem to be working. I mean, I did specify it was the Proudclad, and the Proudclad refused to remove its buffs. Although, having said that, I think we poisoned it. Which, I appreciate that. Oh, bloody... Yes, alright, I'll ignore haste. Because haste is definitely not going to be a thing. I was getting myself in a bit of a auto-battle loop that was not working on this occasion, because unfortunately... Oh, okay, Photon Blaster! Okay, we're okay. We are alive. And yes, it is poisoned, so that is doing quite a decent chunk of change for me, I suspect. We've probably got a moment or two to try Disaster, which might just be able to push past the staggerometer. Come on, guys. We've lost all of our buffs again. I don't know whether it's removing our buffs or whether that just timed out those ones, but they seem to disappear very quickly, and we finally made it. Unfortunately, we got 0 stars, but I suppose... Yeah, no. A win's a win sometimes. A win is a win. And sometimes you just have to take the win when you get given the win. There we go. Warping time is here again. It's here at 10. It's here at 10. It is. It's 10 past warping time. I genuinely thought it was 10 past something for a moment there. But it's not. It's just gone 6 o'clock. It's 5 to 5. It's crackerjack.
Shame they don't have a clue what their masters want.
No, they don't. Right, let's have a butcher's at whatever that piece of equipment was. I really should probably get rid of that collector's catalogue by this point in time, but... physical, magical, up by 10. Okay, that's physical resistance only. I think that's... Oh, there we go, yeah, the Royal Armlet. Get you an Imperial Armlet instead. I really should try and boost some of these accessories, but... I'm distinctly more in a... Oh, have we... Oh, there we go. He may not be here, but he might be happy to know. I'll throw it out into the ether. And I will say thank you, Chester, Chester, Chester. For he suggested last week when we were struggling to get these warp zones that maybe just angling the camera up would get the job done, and it did on this occasion. Luckily, last week we just sort of essentially pushed the button enough times to guarantee success no matter what happened. But the suggestion was look at the thing you're trying to warp into. They are quite nice chairs. Well, I'm not 100% sold on the wooden interior bit, because that I think is going to be uncomfortable, truth be told. See, if they'd flipped it, isn't half of gaming just button mashing and hoping the best? Pretty much the way I do it, certainly. Sometimes you get the impression from other people there's a science involved, but for me, no, it is hit buttons as fast as possible, hoping for good results. But yeah, I think what they needed to do was put the wood on the outside, if you ask me. Because I think you still want a soft bit on the inside. Because if you sit on that... Now, granted, it looks like it's... Well, I think it's probably built for 2 people. Granted, you know, I mean, I've got a fat arse, so it's probably only going to fit one of me, but, you know, normal people, it would fit 2 people on there. But I think even then, you'd be pushing your leg against that wooden bit, and I think it'd be very uncomfortable. But maybe that is the true evil plot of Final Fantasy XIII. They wanted to make your legs slightly inconvenienced on their sofas. Anyway, hello. It's a very nice statue, isn't it? Very nice indeed. Anyway, carrying on. I think only I am possibly the only streamer and the only person who is going to spend about, you know, a good 2-3 minutes assessing the sofas in Final Fantasy XIII. So there you go. That's an enjoyable fact for you. If you enjoy high quality gameplay, I think you're in the wrong place. But if you enjoy a man debating the comfortable nature of a sofa for a good few minutes, you're in the right place. Well, that was overly dramatic for an anticlimactic piece there. Is this actual final boss territory, or are we still not quite there? Because it's feeling oddly final boss, but I'm surprised it didn't ask if I wanted to continue and do the final boss, so we'll have to wait and see how this shakes out. Ready? Yep. I think this might be final boss. Okay. This is alarming, but I really needed to do my upgrades. And is this going to be just in front of? Just in front of? You let me access the menu? Because that'd be a very convenient game if you let me access the menu in a moment or two. Because I may have miscalculated and made a boo-boo by walking too far. I was very much expecting a sort of, you're about to hit the final level. If you have anything left undone, do please go and solve it now. Rather than just, hey, I can walk in.
Just like in Amber.
Yeah, that's probably not a good thing though. Oh, hello, crystals. It's nice the fact that even down on Final Fantasy 13 away from the original, I suppose arguably they're crystal people as well, aren't they? But the diamond-shaped crystals are a little bit more traditional crystal, aren't they? And it's nice to see that they've still got this idea of crystals in there.
Dreams, meanwhile, shattered in a flash.
Don't you dare, you... Oh! Now you're in trouble. Now you're in absolute trouble. I'm going to punch you. Well, okay. Just let me get up first, and then I'm going to punch you. I don't know. Where's the real Sarah? Oh, in your heart. Oh, yes, of course. She was in your heart and in the tears all along.
It isn't real. It's just Falsey smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, they don't work wonders. They play tricks.
I'm sure he's real intimidated. Small child with a boomerang. The rest of them cut a quite intimidating picture. Especially Zaz with 2 handguns. But small boy toy boomerang, it's a bit sort of like, wow, yeah, I'm really scared of the small child with his toy boomerang. Is it made of foam, child? That's off fun. Vanilla with the twig. Well, it's a weird twig. It's a weird twig, so it's kind of suspicious. What does that twig do? But you are technically right. She is another small child with a strange weapon.
And Cocoon won't die.
But it's more fun to pick on the boy. Because at least Vanille does healing far better than anybody else.
Such willful insolence.
Disappointed!
You prolong Cocoon's suffering.
Good luck. Yeah. I might need it. What I suspect, and I'm usually quite good with my little predictions, what I suspect is going to happen is he's going to kick the ever-loving shit out of me. I'm going to then get a menu to be able to pop in my little extra points, and then I might actually stand a chance. But we shall see. Okay, we need to scan you again, sir. I think we'll use a Libra scope to try and keep the TP as high as possible. And now we've got, okay, halved, normal for physical damage. That's not too bad. That's an intimidating volume of numbers. That is a 7-digit number of health, which is it 7 digits? Yeah, it is 7 digits. It's still intimidating. Whether it's more or less, it's still intimidating volume of health. I think maybe get a bit of bullion here. In 1. It's time for a soda stream. In 2. We've got a brand new haste. In 3. Right. Let's get Hero's Charge. Ultima! Oh lord, okay, that's not good news. Wasn't expecting Ultima to be brought out at this stage, but I suppose I should. Technically, I should probably expect these things. Braver and Faith on Snow. And now Braver and Faith on Vanille. Again, I should really do them the other way around, and then I wouldn't have to worry about the Faith part. Diversity, keeping health bars up. Probably afford a try disaster at this point. Really trying. Oh, he actually took a debuff. Unexpected debuff in the debuff area. And in fairness, if it was anywhere other than the debuff area, you wouldn't expect it. Probably need to pop into diversity to mitigate the Ultima spell, which is actually. I'm going to anger him in a moment by suggesting his Ultima smell is... his Ultima smell? Blimey. If he's using the Ultima smell, we're really in trouble. But the Ultima smell... I can't say spell. I think it's because the word Ultima has an M in it, which automatically makes me think it's smell afterwards. The Ultima spell, I'm suggesting is... which means inevitably he's going to kick the shit out of me for besmirching his abilities. I must admit, this is bound to be a 2. They're bound to double boss you, because in fairness, they may even triple boss me. I'm hoping it's a lot rarer for them to quadra boss you, but it's been known. I think it's been known somewhere. Can't immediately think of a good example of a game that's quad bossed you, but certainly double bossing is the traditional one. And the fact that he's going down like a sort of piece of wet toilet paper. Ah, no, I wanted to... Bugger, I missed. I wanted to high wind. Oh, the Thanatosian laughter was probably solidarity. That's not going to make too much difference to the Thanatosian laughter, but it might mitigate afterwards. I'm sorry, sir. I apologise for besmirching your Ultima spell. I didn't mean it. So, that's yield. If you wouldn't mind not killing me now, I do appreciate it. In fairness, he didn't kill me that time, so that's good. Hero's Charge, because I think we still need to keep up with medic duties. but I would like haste once again, and then probably the standard Brave or Faith for buffs once more. So what I might try and do is, if we, on this occasion, if we add them that way round, we can cut out of Bravera for Vanille. Oh, shits. The shittiest shits around. Again, basically, Solidarity is mitigating the after effects of it. Unfortunately, we didn't quite get that. Hero's Charge might be enough to just let me... what are you doing, sir? What are you doing, sir? What are you doing, sir? I don't know. Oh, Ultima again, that's fine. I don't need to care about that. It's not a problem. Unfortunately, I think while having to deal with the Thanatosian laughter, I keep losing my progress on the stagger meter, which is, I'm guessing, the design they're going for. If we can shit up the player enough, they're not going to be able to stagger the big beastie. But I shall show you. How about you try disaster? Oh shit, Thanatosian bullshit again. Oh no, that's the wrong thing. Solidarity, please. I think I may have miscalculated. No, we're okay. We are still alive. And where there's life, there's hope. Ooh, that was proper anime. If I'm still alive, there's still hope that I can win. Okay, we'll deal with Ultima. Try and mitigate whatever damage that does, and then get back to try disaster for a moment or two. Hopefully punch through to the 250%. And this time I would really appreciate remembering to do High Wind, because I think it would be quite useful. Kind of improving quite good. Although granted, against something with this sort of health bar, I really think it's going to be a drop in the ocean of meh, whatever. So you've got a fancy thing. It don't make much difference. Oh shit, he's going to fucking Thanatosian after me, despite being staggered. I was slightly hoping that wouldn't be a thing. Apparently, they decided it was going to be a thing. Alright, I think we can probably get away with Hero's Charge. Get Snow back into operation there. Relentless Assault. Diversity. On the road to diversity. Oh dear, that's quite a lot of damage. I don't really need that level of damage, please. Oh, I've missed High Wind again. I had to do too much mitigation to really remember it. There's quite a few things happening all at once, and I unfortunately can't handle quite so many things happening all at once. Right, Hero's Charge to keep the meds going, whilst also getting the hastes back, ideally. That's the key thing I would like at this exact moment. Ultima shouldn't be too much of a problem, but what I would like to do... Oh, okay, that haste missed. Good. Good. Well, at least now we've got those there and those there. Now get haste on Vanille, please. That's the ticket. And now get Phaethra on Vanille. And at that point, get her back to... Basically, Vanille is pretty much stuck as a medic. For the most part. There's occasions for Ravager, but for the most part it is going to be medic for Vanille. Because she is the only one keeping me alive. Which is, I mean, it's literally why she's here. For anybody interested, I've slowly but surely ended up gaining this team as my sort of final team of choice, and it's mostly because I just like Snow. He wears a long coat and looks cool, and that really, genuinely, that's all I need. That's all I need in a video game. Hey, do you wear a long coat and you look cool? Yes, that is me. Yeah, that describes me perfectly. Oh, you're my favourite then. Oh, I do appreciate it, sir. That's why I like Devil May Cry so much. It's basically that is the game for people who enjoy long coats and cool looking dudes. A little bit of extra health, and then let's try and push through that stagger meter once again. You had to Thanatosian after me, didn't you? Oh, I think I may have blocked you. Nope. No, he's carrying on. Okay, cool. Please don't kill me. Thank you. Appreciate it. Come on. I'm tapping the button. I can't help myself. I don't know how. I've never checked. I've never double checked precisely how much that comes out on the microphone. I don't think it does too much. Although having said that, I've got a nasty feeling we may have gone off, but I can't be certain of that. Just at least one thing seems to be, yeah. At least oh, there we go, we won. At least part of it. Ah, right. You don't think you can hear the button, and the fact that you answered the question means we've not gone off. But yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's back in action. Good. Okay. Streamlabs just sort of had a bit of a heart attack there, where it was not registering things. Oh, you're mashing your buttons too. Ah, in that case, pray tell, what are you playing at the moment? I'm always interested to know what other people are playing. Mostly because I like to know if I've played it, and I like to know if I've not played it. Is it any good? Ah, Final Fantasy XIV, of course. I've never... Well, I suppose, again, it's that old one where I've done it before, where it's like, well, I was part of the beta, don't you know? Yes, when it first started, I was part of the beta of Final Fantasy XIV, you know. And then I have to explain that it was part of the open beta, and anybody and everybody could join it, but that's not the point. It makes me feel better if it seems a bit more sort of exclusive. Man, it's a very different beast from when they did that open beta, I think, as far as I'm aware. Good lord, man. You've got, I think, 2 heads. Yes, you very much. I suppose you've fused with the owl, haven't you, really? Oh, dear. 10,000% times better than their beta. Ooh. I am interested in it. It's just I don't really like the idea of having to pay the subscription fee. But I mean, it's one of those ones where if I was to play an MMO RPG thing, Final Fantasy XIV would definitely be the one, undoubtedly, because it's got all that Final Fantasy extra on it. It's got solid MMO style gameplay with Final Fantasy on top. Yes, a fella by the name of Butternut. Not hugely important to name the fella, but just in case, I will name my sources. I always like to. But yes, I think Butternut mentioned that as well, and I keep thinking, yeah, go on then. But then there's also this extra factor of finding the time. Oh shit! What are you doing, sir? 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 Oh, you are a giant sword. Did you just win? Shitting hell! I mean, you didn't technically win, but you did a lot of fucking damage there. That is. Will you please, game, give me controls? I do need them. Good lord, this is alarming. Alarm bells, alarm bells. When the game does alarm bells. There we go. Okay. We are going to have to try and keep our health bars relatively high in case he does it again. Because if he does it again and our health bars are lower, unless it is a percentage-based attack, in which case that's not so devastating, but it is still alarming. He's definitely he definitely started strong, didn't he? It would be alarming if they'd programmed it to fully sort of kick the shit out of you immediately type of affair. But it may very well be a programmed move that doesn't actually kill you. Alright, okay, here we go. Orphan! The awful orphan! It's time to try to polish off some stagger meter with my mighty, mighty spells. Well, I say mighty, mighty spells. Snow and Vanille, they have mighty, mighty spells. What time do I stream until on Saturday? Usually about 7:30. Sometimes a little less than that, depends on the exact circumstances. But usually SaturJay RPG is from 4:30 till 7:30, give or take 15 or so minutes. Ow, please, could you stop hitting me? Is that an option? Oh, he's almost staggered. That's good. I say he. It's a genderless entity of destruction and chaos. But for now, he. because he does look like a bloke when he's in bloke form. But I suppose you would look like a bloke if you were in bloke form, wouldn't you? That's the definition of bloke form. Alright, let's go. Hero's Charge. Do I really want Hero's Charge right now? No, I don't. Relentless Assault. Go, go, go! Damage high, damage low, damage all over the place. I think we probably want to do High Wind, because otherwise we're going to run out of stagger meter to make it the best it can be. Hero's Charge. Consummate Darkness, not... Oh, shit. Shit. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't be a dick. Please don't be a dick. Have you been a dick? No, you have not quite been a dick yet. We'll pop a little potion. Really should have purchased some high potions, but... We don't really do that. We don't really do that round here. We don't like items round here. Ah, shite. Bloody stop. I can't do anything about stop, I don't think. Which is a problem, because, I mean, that's going to be an issue. It's dependent on how long that stop lasts. Okay, that stop was gone. Okay, cool. Oh, if you enjoyed that... Oh, Jesus, we are in a bad way. Okay, she has lost her ability to use magic. That is why we're in a bad way. Yeah, okay, we might not come back from this, because I need Vanille to use magic. She's supposed to have the ability to... I suppose she's only about 30% resistant to that, which is a problem. Yeah, no, I think we've just got a problem, because I don't have another medic available now, which is an issue, because I can't survive this. Because if she doesn't... I need the... You've done me! You've done me, game! Why you got to do me? Oh, you fucking dick. Absolute fucking dick. Why'd you have to go and pull shite? We were having fun. We were having a whale of a time, and then you just pulled shit out of your fucking arse and flung it across the entire bloody room. Absolute arseholes. Yes, clearly. But bloody thing. Yeah, fog resistance. Problem is, it's only 30%, I suppose. I'm not going to be able to do anything about it being 30% until I can go to an official thing. And I don't know precisely where it's going to start me, because if it's starting me off sort of... I think it's probably best to stick with Synergist, to be honest. Not going to get a huge amount of stats out of this, but it's going to be better than nothing. So I might as well. But I don't know if it's going to start me off with Bartandalus, because I don't know. I don't 100% know if I've got it in me to go through that entire fight again. Because that was a bit of a slog. Not difficult, but it was a bit too much of a slog to truly sort of want to do it again. But it might be starting me at his second form, I suppose. But either way, it's going to be well worth sort of popping around and doing this. And it might, I don't know. I suppose Bully might be the thing to get rid of, because I'm not sure if he's taking debuffs. Although he did take one, didn't he? Which means it could be well worth keeping it. I'll have a look and see if there's anything I wasn't using, but I think all in all I was using every single paradigm that I have got at my disposal. We'll deal with Zaz and the others just to do diligence, really. Keep them in line with the rest of them. Doesn't take too long to just whip round a few extra nodes, because unfortunately they're bloody expensive nowadays. So all this fancy experience that I've got my hands on. Oh, I know. He's reached the end of that. Oh, okay. That's what Saboteur will do for you, mate. Just to, again, keep it. I want to go all the way to 0. It may not be the most tactical of things, because it depends. I mean, this feels like the final boss, and I never did get to that stage 10, so I'm assuming stage 10 was exclusively on the Grand Pulse extra bits, which I must admit I don't know how inclined I am to do those if I end up completing the game. I've stumbled into the end game, and I don't know if I fancy winding up going out and going around doing those side quests, because oh god, they were fatiguing me something drastic when I was trying them previously, and I don't feel like I've doesn't feel like I've gained enough CP to truly mitigate the nonsense that they were pulling with some of their fights the other time. Some of those ones where it's like, he straight up killed you immediately. I see. Yeah, I'm well aware of that. I was there when it happened. It's quite frustrating. Quite frustrating indeed. Right, there we go. All of those. Now check the paradigms. Hero's Charge I keep using, so that's definitely staying. Diversity is definitely staying. The only one, I think the only one that's really in question is possibly a bit of Bully. But I feel like I do want a Saboteur available at the very least. You don't actually have Medic, do you? No, that's well, I suppose we could possibly Sentinel double Medic there, Combat Clinic. But that does sacrifice a certain amount of actual damage. But might be worth something. We'll have a go and see. So yeah, I think this is post, yeah, okay. We can probably skip this, but we will, in fact. There's no probably about it, we're straight up skipping it. This is now I'm sort of locked in the game. I either win or I end up having to do that Thanatosian bastard fight again. Hero's Charge, because the Merciless Judgment's coming through. I'm still tapping the buttons. I'm hoping I can use my abilities whilst he's doing this, but unfortunately you can't. I suppose at this point, that's where Combat Clinic's going to be useful. Although having said that, it would have been better not to have. Would have been better if I'd had something else and Combat Clinic, but never mind. Combat Clinic is the way to boost my health bars very quickly in a short amount of time. Now let's try and get buffs dealt with. Haste is the first priority, of course. Good. Haste again, like we did last summer. Let's haste again. Now, dependent on precisely what you fancy doing, Fang, depends on what I'm going to say yes or no to. Bravery and Faith is indeed a good choice. Good. If you could... you didn't really do both of them there, did you? Oh, get it going. I think she got interrupted was the problem. I'll tell you what, the orchestra in the back. Good lord. They are going up a storm, aren't they? They're really having a crack on the old sort of crescendos. Oh, I mean, Final Fantasy music is the best in the world, frankly. It is fantastic. I especially like, I don't know if you're aware, it depends on how many Final Fantasies you've played, but one of my favourite tracks is the Crazy Chocobo theme from Final Fantasy XIII 2. It came out of nowhere and it was like, wow, this is incredible. I love this song. And it really was just like, it's awesome! It's the best around! So, that's probably my favourite of the tracks. Let's do Hero's Charge, try and get the buff we're missing there. Oh, these buffs are being lost so quickly. Thank you very much. By the time I actually get a buff, by the time I get the buffs on there, the buffs disappear again. Right, there we go. Okay, so Relentless Assault for a bit, I think, at least, temporarily. Haven't played 13.2, have a copy of it, never had the time, I guess. Saying after spending 3,500 hours on Final Fantasy XIV, yeah. Oh. See, that's where I don't know, like, as much as it's free and as much as I do sort of want to do Final Fantasy XIV, it's heading down that rabbit hole of that time sink. And it's like, I don't know about this. Because I know what will happen. I will end up putting that time sink in, and you'll suddenly go, oh dear, no, okay, maybe I shouldn't have gone down the rabbit hole. High Wind! Okay, I mean, High Wind was disappointing, but not so bad. Okay, let's deal with Haste there. Okay, here we go, Merciless Judgment once again, which probably means I need to pop down to Combat Clinic, I think, ideally. As I say, it's unfortunate that Combat Clinic features the Sentinel, but I suppose arguably it's actually not that unfortunate, because of course while he's doing all of his other things... Oh, you're nurse. That'd be nice. Well, I mean, it's an honourable and noble profession. So, well done on choosing it. Because it really is a choice, I think, isn't it? Let's be honest, it's... Oh god, we're being debuffed to buggery again. But that's good. It's good that you get a lot of games in. I appreciate that fact, because I love me a lot of games. Okay, we've managed to bypass that level of debuffed beyond comparison, but we are back to being debuffed to beyond comparison again. Okay, we're trying to deal with... Oh god, will you please just let some of these buffs... No! No! Oh, diversity... Okay, at this point we can use spells again, which is good. Oh! Good lord! Okay, that's worthy of applause. Moonstone cannon, fire! Thank you! You've moonstoned a subscription! I do very much appreciate that. It is, I mean, it's fantastic beyond words. You know, because that is money. That is money transferring hands, and so it's, you know, very much appreciated as a thing to do. And you do get an emote. You get my little face as an emote. Now, whether that's a boon or a curse, I do not know, but you get it. Okay, I think it's synergism, or synergist role, synergism. Maybe don't call it synergism, because, yeah. But synergist is magic, so it doesn't matter the fact that Fang has been denied attacks at the moment. So we'll just concentrate on getting some buffs up in this house, whilst Vanille is once again desperately trying to cure us all up. Okay, I mean that's a bit of a problem, but problem where you will have to... Oh, okay, now that's an issue. We can't... I get the impression I can't do spells or magic. Cool, good, pleasing, yep. I am fully stopped because I am no longer able to do magic nor physical attacks. Here we go. Now my physical attacks are kicking back in at the moment or two. Right. Something. We can do something. We are still only about a third of the way through this bloody health bar, though, which is concerning, because I am being... Oh, merciless judgment, of course. Darn. Please stop doing this. This is an alarming manoeuvre, which we don't have a good way of dealing with. In fact, he may have just done me. Has he? Oh, he has just straight up done me. Yeah, he picked his moment there, and he went, no. Is there an actual tell for that move? Because it seems to be a case of it takes away all control from you, and then he just does it. And I don't see the tell. And there's not a lot I can do. There's just not a lot I can do. I think he might be a step too far at the moment. I might have to go back and train, which is a problem. When you say, nah, see, that's the problem we're having, I think. I'm not seeing him cast. Okay, well, we'll go straight to Combat Clinic, because we know he's going to do it immediately this time. But yeah, I'm going to have to try and keep an eye on health bars, keep an eye on status ailments, and keep an eye on when he decides to start casting things. Yeah, okay, I definitely need to be in Combat Clinic when he casts it, because that did a lot less damage, which is a problem. Yeah, I can go back to Grand Pulse and try and do some more side bits, which isn't too bad, but I would like to not have to do the first part of this again, which is why I'm inclined to keep trying a little bit. But as I say, I think the crucial detail is I need to try, beyond comparison, I need to try and keep an eye on him when he's casting that merciless thing, which I'm not entirely sure what that looks like, which is going to cause problems. I'm assuming it's going to be the full force sort of I'm glowing and shiny and getting ready to do something devastating, and I just never fully appreciated or spotted it in the past, which is always an issue. Let's Oh dear. Okay, Requiem is not useful to my purposes, please. Come on, maximum spells. Maximum damage. Okay, that's just a claw. That's no significance. Your hand is worthless, sir. Is that shiny? Is that shiny? Now I'm paranoid. Feel like that. No. Oh, no. No, that's just a... No. Okay. I'm definitely paranoid now. Any level of shine. And I'm going to be switching over to Combat Clinic, which I suppose is not necessarily a bad thing, but... Let's try Disaster for a bit. Try and boost through that... Oh shit. Is that it? Is that it? He's bouncing, he's wibbling. Probably don't need to use challenge, really, but... No, okay. He was bouncing and wibbling, but... He did nothing. He just decided to bounce and wibble. That's fine. If you enjoy a bounce and a wibble, you bounce and wibble, sir. Oh! Slicey dice. I tried... no, Combat Clinic is the wrong one. Well, it might be the right one if he does the thing. Come on. Try Disaster is what we were after. Oh, that is probably the casting, but I think we can block here. Question mark? Have we blocked it? Or is he just going through? No, he's doing a different move, so that's fine. We need to take advantage of the stagger meter, really. So get some buffs and now get straight into attacking. But yeah, he's got so many different shiny stages. I can't tell which of the shiny stages is the shiny stage I need to look for. Unless it's defined by a time frame. Because I mean now he's just red and shiny. And I don't have any clue what red and shiny means. High wind! Now let's go back to buffing ourselves. Oh, see? I wonder if it's when he comes out of stagger. Maybe I've got to look out for that. But yeah. It's not too bad at the moment. Tell you what I need to do here, I think, is let's get the Medigards sorted there. That means hopefully what I can do next time is just drop down and don't do the challenge, because I don't think the challenge is hugely required at this point in time. But now, unfortunately, yeah, the debuffs, the poison. I suppose maybe Combat Clinic, assuming Snow does actually have a Sooner. Yes, he does. Good. Okay. So Combat Clinic is perhaps going to be semi-useful in traps. In traps, no. There's no trapping here. In perhaps mitigating the issues I'm having with debuffs. So let's go back to Hero's Charge for now. Oh, okay, and immediately debuffed. Good, good. So pleased, so pleased. I suppose she was able to clear him fairly swiftly. Right, ideally we want faith on Vanille. You gotta have faith, the faith. You gotta have faith. And now get in there. Now get some Try Disaster going. Chains of Torment. That's the debuffs, I think, isn't it? Maybe. Question mark. Difficult to know for certain. Yeah, I think it is. Again. God damn it. Yeah, we've ended up in no attack magic, or no magic rather. No magic as a universal thing. For both my good. You tiresome little annoyance game. Come on. They just last so long. I have to use the TP to renew. Not that helps with the debuffs, of course. Come on, give me back control. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I think it's one of those ones. I'm gonna have to go buy items. I'm gonna have to prepare more for this fight because just the debuffs are too much in this fight. There's nothing I can do about it because we're sat here, nothing happening because I can't get them back to doing spells and magic quick enough. Previously, it's just been a case of, oh look, it's a mild inconvenience. They've got some... Oh, you bastard. I think I just clipped into the other paradigm. Oh no, maybe not quite. We may still be in combat clinic. Yes, we are. That's helpful. Lucky on that front, but still. I think this guy might prove a little bit too tough. Although, having said that, now it's in its light phase again. I don't know. It's not going to be doing debuffs, I don't think. I think that's the point. But I've got a nasty feeling it's going to heal itself or something ridiculous like that. Veil, I don't know if I fully agree with, but maybe. Just carry on doing it quickly. Quickly, though, dear, quickly. Are you back to the useful ones, or do I have to take control? No, you're back to the useful ones. I say useful ones, in fairness. Veil is probably decent-ish, but not nearly as much as actual damage. Because I just need more and more damage on this big fella. This chunky little boy needs to go to sleep now. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, big old bossman. Go to sleep, go to sleep. Please die for me. Are you doing nasty? No, I think we're okay. Try and keep pushing on that, but we need to make sure to keep the health bars up. Oh, okay, Snow's just straight up dead. Good. Would you like to elaborate on how? I mean, good girl Vanille for bringing him back, but if there's any possibility you could, you know, clarify precisely why he died instantly. Don't like the way the camera just shifted. Was that a clue? Was that a clue to it being a dick? No, I don't think it was. Haste again. Try and get these buffs going once more. Now, not sure if Veil is worthwhile, but it's now sort of happening. There we go. And now, finally, I need to repeat that. Vanille. Well, alright, you can have both now. Try to... Oh, dear. Oh, no. Okay, yep, right. Okay, good. I mean, that's just Vanille dead. Good. I appreciate it, again. Appreciate it. Just insta-kills. Good. Everybody loves an insta-kill. Because, you know, nothing says fair gameplay like a good old-fashioned... Oh, you're dead now. That's unfortunate, isn't it? You bastard. I knew it was happening. Knew it was coming. Couldn't do anything about it. I think he might have just done me. Not quite done me yet. I think it's when he shifts form. So I need to look out for the lightness and the darkness. Because I think I just caught it there. I just caught the idea of what he was about to do. And then it was like, too late. Because I just couldn't. It's one of those ones where I just couldn't get my fingers moving quickly enough to take advantage of the fact that I understood what he was up to. Right, okay, this is... Yeah, we're back into debuff central, which is not great. I mean, we can mitigate slightly, but let's try and... I mean, so much health left. I mean, how many... That is now... Oh, I thought that was a fucking 8-digit number. It's still only 7 digits, but it's still intense. Still intense. Come on. I mean, we're probably going to have to hunker down if he starts debuffing us dramatically again. Just hunker down into combat clinic maybe, but try disaster for a moment or two. Just to... We've got full health bars. Well, fullish. Full enough. I mean, if we can actually... get that. We're going to have to come away from it because I don't trust the health bar. I don't trust it not to just completely decimate my health bars. Chains of Torment. Well, that's annoying because that's the real bad one. Can we block? Can we block? No, we were unable to block. But we should be able to perhaps mitigate I've got a feeling after the stagger he's going to do it as well, so I've got to be careful here. Ideally, I need you to start using Asuna, please. You wouldn't mind getting rid of the poison, because the poison is a problem, Vanille. The poison is a problem. Priorities, Vanille. Priorities. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get away with using the high wind strategy. I'm going to try, but I don't know if it's going to work out well for me, because I then need to get back into combat clinic bloody quick, because I've got a feeling that what it ends up doing... There we go. Because when it staggers, it loses both light and darkness, I think. So it ends up having to use one of the two, which inevitably leads into Merciless Judgment. So luckily, I suppose I now know that, which is of some benefit. Not 100% convinced of full benefit, but of some benefit. It's still going to be an uphill struggle beyond comparison, but at least if we've got a telltale sign, we can get into Sentinel mode, which is... Okay, game. You need to stop that. Because I've not got the supplies for this. I was not prepared for the final boss here. I needed more supplies, more levels, I think, really, to be perfectly frank. More levels, more supplies, more everything, really. Because outside of this, I've just not got enough equipment. And they, of course, have given him a health bar that's 600 years long. And yes, we're measuring in time. That is how long the health bar is. It would take you 600 years to define how long the health bar is in a more sort of distance-based measurement. Diversity... Oh, were you doing something nasty? No. Maybe? No. Not yet. Okay. Oh, well, here we go. Progenitorial Wrath. That basically means someone's dead, doesn't it? No? Okay. Wish I knew precisely how that one worked. Also, it's difficult to keep an eye on when he's doing this sort of light to dark manoeuvres. Because, of course, the camera does like to flick around, and if you miss the words, you are going to be slightly screwed. Come on, guys. Come on, push through, push through. Come on, there we go. Okay, I've got a slight advantage. So once again, let's try and beat it up as much as we possibly can. Okay, well, I think we're going to have to stick to diversity, because unfortunately, he can still whack me something drastic. I do not appreciate you whacking me. Well, we have managed to pass the halfway mark. Unfortunately, if that progenitorial wrath, of course, right. I haven't really got any techniques left, which is the issue, because I'm just having to rely on Phoenix Downs. I think it's time for High Wind. Damage into Combat Clinic. Bollocks! I'm hoping I got into Combat Clinic, because he did that really quick. Okay, I was definitely in Combat Clinic, because otherwise that would have been a lot more damage. A lot more damage. Medigard to mitigate. Get myself back into a position of power. I mean, if you wouldn't mind... There we go. Thank you, finally. Took you long enough to get back into a position of power again. Oh, okay, that's new. That's new. I don't like it. Stop it. Stop it. Sir, can we have words? No new attacks are allowed. Well, we might as well stay in Combat Clinic for now, because it will allow me to get rid of those debuffs slightly quicker, owing to 2 medics. I can't deny 2 medics is definitely paying dividends, without doubt. So come on, sooner it off. Oh, alright. I mean, it would be useful if the AI was able to focus on Asuna with one medic and healing with the other medic, but unfortunately they don't quite manage that theory. Right, come on. Get in there with some more buffs. Oh, here we go. Progenitorial Wrath. Is that going to do something? No. I'm loose. I mean, if I'm right, it's a very shit idea for a manoeuvre in this game. You know, there's sometimes you can get away with these things, and sometimes it's just like, no, that's an obnoxious decision again. But I've got a nasty feeling the progenitorial wrath is perhaps based on if I attack it while it's casting it, it can kill me, or it might just be a percentage-based thing. Maybe it's just a yeah. Okay, well, it Snow's dead again, but hopefully, if we could please get you to do raise, thank you. We'll pop into combat clinic for a little while, just to get most out of our health bars. Oh shit! Hang on, or are both? No, wait. He seems to. Oh no, he's got both orbs at once at the moment. Okay, that's fine. So difficult to know if he's ever going to use that merciless judgment again or not, or whether it's going to have a telltale sign or something else. But whatever the situation, he's now got both orbs up, which is a problem. Ah, you son of a whore! Oh, I think he's got me again. He's got me because I can no longer get as much of a telltale sign. Opposite extremes. What the fuck is that? I don't know, but I don't like it. Okay, well, I mean, we survived. Barely, but we survived. And now we've got opposite extremes to contend with. Oh, we lost our haste. That's inconvenient, but it's fine. Oh. Dias Adai. I'm assuming it's probably something along those lines, because I'm going to use Medigard and Medigard alone, really. The problem is I keep losing the ability to get that bloody stagger meter off, because I keep having to defend myself too much. Distinctly on the back foot at all times, especially now. Christ almighty. He's gonna take me right down to the wire, isn't he? And I'm gonna get owned by some big nasty bullshit. And I'm gonna be very unhappy. And I do mean very unhappy. I really need that meter to keep up at least a little bit, but it's proving very difficult. I'm paranoid about. Well, okay, that's not going to be so bad because I'm in combat clinic. Except for the fact that, of course, that is debuffing me at the same time, which is inconvenient. Oh, god damn it. You're being such a dick. He's not. Oh, I've lost my stagger meter. I think stagger meter is now a pipe dream of nonsense because there's too much shit on the screen trying to kill me at all times. There's so much stuff here, and it's. I don't have a solution to all of his stuff, and I'm running low on everything basically. The moment he uses that merciless judgment again, I think we might be finished, because I've just got nothing left. And every time I get anywhere, he keeps pulling out a bigger and bigger move, and I don't. There's no capacity to keep up with it, because I can't really. At this point, I'm struggling to stay out of combat clinic. Ah, yeah. I don't think it actually changed, so we are still in combat clinic. But now that move just seems to be coming out of nowhere. I'm not seeing the pattern, which is proving a problem. I'm going to have to possibly start using something other than Medigard, I think, because I can't remember precisely how each and every one of these work, because usually I let Snow do the Sentinel work. I was going to say, I sincerely hope that heal is going to my characters, because if that heal is going to him, we're definitely not bothering. But yeah, we're just kind of stuck. They're stuck in a loop of not being able to move, and if it, I think he's regenning. I think it's regenning. Yeah, I'm pretty certain it's now regenning. Cool, good. So I'm I'm stuck in a loop of being unable to do anything other than heal, whilst he is potentially also healing. I think this is going to be a pop it away and have a bit of a rethink about the decisions that brought me to the end boss. God, I can't keep up with it. He's going to catch me at some point because I'm not going to be quick enough. And just like pick something and don't super damage and debuffs and everything else, and it's healing. I mean, Christ almighty, game. You could just try not being a dick. It's an option. It's an option open to everyone. The entire world is allowed to choose to not be a dick. But unfortunately, so often the world decides that no, we must be dicks. We must be utter dickheads about the whole affair. And unfortunately, that kind of puts you at a disadvantage. Oh great, fucking progenitorial wrath. Oh, wonderful. Vanille's dead again. Of course she is. Of course she is. I mean, why would she live through that manoeuvre? Because that would be, what is it? Reasonable, wouldn't it? To not have an insta-kill would be a reasonable decision. And as we all know, the final boss, reasonable decisions go out the window. And they just decide to screw you over beyond comparison. It's kind of bypassed from epic boss battle to tedious annoyance, which is not a good. It's not a good transition to make. Final Fantasy XIII. It's not a good transition to make. You need to try and stick with epic struggle and less tedious annoyance. Oh great, something's dying again, isn't it? Yeah. Again, I don't have the Phoenix Downs to counteract. I suppose maybe Snow might have Rays. In Final Fantasy XII, the very, very last optional one. I have probably never tried that one because you can see I'm struggling enough with a regular boss, let alone the optional bosses of Final Fantasy, which are definitely out of my league, I fear. There's about 4 hours if you do everything right. I think I might know the one you mean from Final Fantasy XII, and it's obscene. It's obscene that they even remotely thought, yeah, no, that's a good idea. It's a bit like, I think they were in trouble. It was Final Fantasy XI, I think, was in trouble, where they had sort of one of their online bosses was utterly ridiculous, along those same lines. Why? Oh no, Vendetta was the correct one. Diversity, try and keep what little. I mean, as I say, the stagger meter is perhaps a little bit of a pipe dream, but I don't. The big problem is I don't know when this exploitation is going to come in. Not exploitation. That was the word I read just now. That was the problem there. I never know when the merciless judgment's coming in, and that feels like it's an issue. I mean, that's just as bad, in fairness. That's just as bad. Debuff Central plus shed loads of damage, which all in all is not what you want in life. Vile exploitation again. I mean, it's very difficult not to give up, Vanille. Very difficult not to. I think I need you to actually strike him. Yeah, Vendetta's lovely and all, but I actually need to hit him. Back to diversity for a bit. Keep up the heals. Oh, no, 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 no. Ah, he's done me. He's done me. Merciless judgment out of nowhere. Screwed me over, I think. I ran Fang's health bar a little bit too close to the edge, although apparently just about still alive again. But I've lost that entire stagger meter. You fucking whore game. I mean, they know exactly what they're doing, don't they? Oh look, He's almost at the point where he might stand a chance. Oh, it's time to fuck him over. Oh, wonderful. Dead vanilla. Good. I've got one more thing, but I'm going to have to hope maybe that Snow has rays, but I'm not convinced. I'll tell you what, actually, I do have the TP for a renew, but yeah, no, Snow's not. Snow's either Snow's going to be too slow, or he doesn't have it. Yeah, I'm not convinced he has it. So, I mean, it's such an obnoxious thing to just go. Oh, and oh shit, I put it on the wrong thing. Well, that's going to be a problem, isn't it? I don't know if it comes as a surprise, but I've reached the point where I'm not really enjoying it anymore. Which is not great. Not great. Not great for anybody involved, really, but nonetheless, we carry on. We carry on regardless. I might have to watch Carry On regardless to bring the mood back up at some point. Vendetta going again. I'll have to try and... If there's time, it might be worthwhile having a cheeky little look into some of the other options, because the only reason I'm using Vendetta is based on the fact that, yeah, I suppose Entrench might prove slightly better, because I'll be defending for a long time. Try Hero's Charge, get the buffs back. Operation buff. Operation Nevermind. He's pulling out the shite again. So arguably, it's not the worst of his moves. It's close, but it's not the worst of his moves. Good God Almighty. It does feel like I'm going backwards now. It doesn't feel like I'm making any progress. I'm just heading backwards at all times. Oh, for fuck's sake, mate. I mean, if... Just... do you know what? Just end it. I'm genuinely at that point where it's just like, please just... At some point, just finish me, because I don't think I've made that health bar move in quite some time, because I'm just stuck on the back foot, and there's little I can do, and I'm not in a good position of inclination to bother, shall we put it that way. It's waning. It is waning something drastic, because it just feels like it's being an absolutely obnoxious dick about the whole affair. And I mean, basically, it feels like it's being an obnoxious dick about the whole affair. But because it is. No real two ways around it. It is being an obnoxious dick about the whole thing. And the only way I'm surviving is by defending myself. And because I'm defending myself, I can't build towards any kind of attack. So we've got issues that I don't know if I can resolve, because it doesn't want... Oh, there we go. Vanille's dead. No, 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 yes, no. No, apparently decided not to kill me. I suppose that's something. It's an improvement. Vile exploitation once again. I'm not entirely sure what that one is doing. I think that's just general damage. I might be mistaken. It would be useful if they gave a description of all the attacks in the Libra screen. But unfortunately, they don't. So if you don't know what these attacks are doing, you're destined to never know what these attacks are doing. Haste again. Keeping the haste up is going to be fairly key. Getting ideally. Oh, here we go. Oh, Snow's dead this time, so at least that's something. Not a lot, but it's something. Diversity again. Oh! I'm sorry. The game has gotten bored. Good. That's what we wanted. Do I have the ability to use TP? I suppose the elixir would do it. I don't know if this is going to help, but I'm going to give it a moment or two. Maybe I can, if I crack it in stagger, My progenitorial rat. No, no, oh, good. You came in with a doom, and then you swept my legs out with a fucking merciless judgment that I wasn't prepared for. No, he's not quite done me again. But we're getting closer on that doom, which is a problem. And we've lost the entire stagger meter that I was working towards, game. Oh, I'm gonna end up murdering someone this evening. And when they ask, why did he murder that man? I'm going to explain to them it's because of the creators of Final Fantasy XIII. Because they pushed me too far. Because they were dickheads about their final boss. Because they didn't want me winning. Good. Progenitorial rat. Good. Right, well, let's try the theorem, but I don't think that removes Doom. In fact, I don't think anything removes Doom. So unless this is scripted Doom for a dramatic... Oh, they went down. I get the impression, I think the game literally got bored.
Stand with us.
It decided winning or dying removes Doom. Well, if I die, that's it. That is absolutely it. So, yeah. I mean, there's nothing I can do here. We're done. Good. Game got bored. I'm suffering the penalty for it deciding it's bored. Because there's no way I'm killing that health bar in 1,000 seconds. Which is good. I'm glad. I'm pleased. So pleased. So the only chance I've got... Although having said that, the Doom counter possibly has gone. Yeah. I think maybe if I'd timed it better, I think if you die whilst you're summoned, you'd actually stay alive. You'd lose the summon, but you'd stay alive. Which is really the only choice I would have had, and I've fucked it up by doing it early. So, yeah, good. Good game. Good game. I'm glad you've decided to let me play the game for a prolonged period of time before going, no. We don't like people winning round here. We are going to screw you over something drastic. And now Mega Flare, and I think at this point we're done. And yeah. Not sure precisely what we're doing about the levels of done we are. I've got a week to make a decision as to whether I wished... Oh, for fuck's sake. Really? Really? I mean, come on. You have to cut a person some slack at some point. It's just impossible, isn't it? They've just built something entirely impossible. So well done you guys. Well done you guys on absolutely Billy bullshitting your way to a final boss. I assume the first time I played this, I must have scrubbed this boss from my memory. Because I do not remember something this ridiculous. So, there you go. Goody goody go. Goody goody goody. I don't even know why I'm bothering fighting anymore, because Doom is going to do what Doom does, which is kill me. So, it's good. Enjoyable. Thank you, game. Go back to combat clinic for a moment or two. Not that defending myself is going to help against Doom, but there you go. I mean, why would you... Why? Honestly, game. Honestly. Come on. Come on, developers of Final Fantasy XIII. Why would you put Doom in the final boss? And especially Doom on the player character. I mean, that's clearly deliberate. But, come on. Come on, you just don't do that. There's got to be a line. There's got to be a line in these games where the developers go, okay, no, we will not cross this line. And, yeah, Final Fantasy XIII, you've crossed that line. Well, we're not going to do it again, because I'm very much over that final boss. I don't know what we're going to do about that. I'm guessing maybe next week we'll go back and just, it's going to be training. It's going to be training like that, which is going to be, I mean, tiresome. Truth be told, it's going to be tiresome, but we have little choice. It's probably going to be back to Grand Pulse, wandering around aimlessly, really, which is going to be an issue. I suppose I might do some training during the week if I find the time, but there you go. Anyway, I think we're going to call it there for today. Obviously, because I've put the game away, but in terms of the overall stream as well, I think it's about time to be putting it away. If you need some entertainment for this evening, starting at 9 o'clock tonight, similar style to me, just probably better, you have got Malice Caliber, who is doing Deadly Rooms of Death, which is a puzzle game where you have to face off against the Deadly Rooms of Death. And, I mean, I thank you more so than, you know, I suspect I would be thanking you more so than you thank me, because you've provided me a follow, which I appreciate, and a subscription, which I really appreciate. That one absolutely beyond comparison. As I say, if you, with your subscription, you get to use my little face. And there are other emotes. I'll throw them up there just for the sake of it. But some of these emotes, the requests, I wish I could change Twitch's requests, because frankly I don't expect anybody to subscribe at tier 2 or 3, and I don't expect people to throw something like 5,000 bits or something ridiculous around. But nonetheless, there's my Bat Head, my Pimped Head, the Han Trio, Friends Day, which, in fairness, Friends Day no longer really exists, so I might change that one out, and the little Final Fantasy character who runs across the screen, killing social media, or killing monsters into social media anyway. But nonetheless, they do sort of exist. I think theoretically, I don't know for certain, I've never tried it, I don't know if it will allow me to try it. There we go. Quick secret tip if you're unaware: if you've got the channel points, and I suppose I could lower them potentially, but these are the basic Twitch channel rewards that are sort of always in existence. You can either choose an emote to unlock, which is fair enough. You could choose an emote to unlock, but the better way, I think personally, although it is more expensive, but nonetheless, the cheeky way is to modify a single emote, and that allows you to sort of unlock it as well. So you can modify and unlock at the same time, which I think is quite useful. I do that myself on occasion. You can get the free basic tier emotes off of that, which is quite nice. Anyway, so what are we doing? I don't know if there's going to be something Monday. I'll link the Discord in case you're interested. That's probably where most of these bits and pieces do. The information crops up in there most of the time, but there may be something Monday 4:30-ish. I haven't fully decided yet, but then guaranteed there will be Wednesday afternoon at 4:30 for the Hodgepodge of Hilarity, most likely, where we'll just be playing random games that I fancy at that time. And then Thursday nights we do 9 o'clock, the Bonanza of the Extraordinary, where we play Dragon Quest Builders 2, followed by Evoland. And then, of course, we'll be back on Saturday for SaturJay RPG, where we will be once again, and yes, I am saying it with a certain level of, but nonetheless, it's because we're in the end game. That's basically the problem. But nonetheless, we'll be tackling more Final Fantasy XIII, and I suspect it's going to be the boring bits, the training levels of tiresome annoyance. So that's going to be inconvenient, to say the least. And I'll tell you what, I don't think there's too many people here. I do appreciate you viewing Octopenguins. Oh, it's a good time for you. That's helpful. I honestly, it gets to a point where you think it's probably a bad time for everybody. But nonetheless, yeah, 4:30 Wednesdays, 4:30 possibly Monday, 4:30s for SaturJay RPG, and then 9 o'clock in the evening for The Bonanza of the Extraordinary Dragon Quest Builders 2. As I say, I linked Malice. He's entertaining, so if you wanted to pop in, he'll be there at 9 o'clock this evening, or give or take a bit. Another one, if you're after entertainment tomorrow night as well, you've got Mr. Can't Sleep Must Paint, who does painting. He paints up miniature models and is really rather good at it. And is well worth a look. And he is tomorrow night at 9 o'clock in the evening. He also does Wednesdays at 9 o'clock in the evening as well. But nonetheless, he's very, very good. Very entertaining. Let's do a little raid. Although that one's starting soon. I wonder how soon. Let's see. Oh, that's a charity stream. I suppose that one might work better. Actually, let's have a look. Looks a bit meh, but still. I'll tell you what. Third choice. Third time's a charm. Third time's a charm, I'm sure. There we go. That looks like an entertaining game. So we'll go raiding. We'll go a raiding we shall go. A raiding we shall go. A raiding, a raiding, a raiding we shall go. We'll go to Blue and Queenie. Irish. Not hugely important, but a fact. Playing Knockout City at the moment, which looks like an interesting idea. Olympic Dodgeball. I think that's just a title. I don't think that's an actual thing. I was wondering if that was an actual thing. But nonetheless, here we go. Right, I will pop into the interim slideshow for a moment. No, I probably can't because I'm probably going to go play Spider-Man, and I'm in the section of Spider-Man, which is a fucking nuisance. So I'm going to go straight from annoying final boss of Final Fantasy into annoying final chapter of what nonsense fights can Spider-Man throw at me. So I'm a martyr for punishment, I fear. A martyr beyond comparison. Anyway, I do very much appreciate you being here, and hope you can join us again at some point. I hope you can perhaps consider having a look at some of the links I've thrown in the chat as well. They're well worth a watch if you've got the time and inclination. And that's about all. I will say cheerio, and then I'll hit the raid button. So that's the plan. Here goes. Cheerio.